I did a really stupid thing and decided to walk 18 holes in 100-degree weather on a steep, hilly golf course. I've been putting in a lot of work to whittle my handicap down into the single digits and eventually down to scratch. This channel posts rounds and shows what I could do to improve, as well as a lot of really good practices and drills and tips for you. Hit that like and subscribe. Between the heat and the sloped lies, it was a pretty rough round, but we still learned a few things. So the goal today was to give myself a putt for par on every single hole, but you'll soon see that I did not even come close to that. Just a few critical errors kept that from being a possibility. But I still was able to sneak in a couple good shots. Stepped up to my second shot in the fairway there and just wasn't able to quite get all of it. You'll notice a pattern here where I underestimate the elevation changes and don't take enough club. So I left that short and right. I had 25 yards left to the flag, which is my bread and butter. So I'm using my clock swing here and I'm taking my 58 degree. My hands are going to go to about the inseam of my right pocket on the backswing, and that usually produces a 25-yard shot for me. So that's what I'm going for here. And I was able to execute pretty well. Left myself about 7 or 8 feet. Stepped up to the green. Always good to have a shot at par on the first hole, even if it's not quite a tap in. Setting up my shot. I like to use the line on the ball to line up my putts. It helps give me confidence and focus on my distance. It's because I'm staring at the line. I don't have to think about where I'm aiming. I just focus on hitting it the right speed to hopefully drop it in that cup. Which I was able to do here for the up and down par. On to hole two, we've got a par four, dog leg left going steep downhill. Very annoying hole because you got that left fence there. I like to play a fade, but you can play a fade on this hole and have a great result. So I tried to anyway. This is my 5-wood. I'm just trying to hit it about 235, 240, just shy of that hill of green grass that you can see there. Got a good clean strike. Did get a little fade on it, but it held up enough where I was in okay position. Just slightly up in the rough there. Second shot, I've got a blind look down at the green, and I had to step out to see where it was. I was about 170 yards out, and I chunked it. Really beautiful stuff. That went about 30 yards, so now I've got about 140 left to the green. And one of my strategies is just get it on the green. So I just aim at the dead center of the green, pretend I don't know where the flag is, and I'm playing the club and direction to hit the center of the green. And I pushed this one out a little, but it did have a bit of draw on it, so it ended pretty much center. However, I hit that too short, which left me with a long uphill putt with a bad camera angle that I didn't even get it on screen. But it was a 3-putt double bogey. Ugly stuff. All right, on to the third hole here, and I pull that drive just like I did on the first hole. So at this point, I'm saying, okay, my drives are getting pulled to the left. I should adjust for that. You'll see me do that on future holes here. That one got stuck in the trees, and I had no choice but to chip out. To try to get through this would be a dumb hero shot, and it would cost me more strokes 90% of the time. So I chipped it out, got it out into the fairway. I was really happy with taking my medicine here. And once I did that, I'm going to step out into the fairway, look out. Another downhill bomb here, way down low. Got about 120 yards. That's a 50 degree for me. Now, normally I would take a little bit off of that because of the downhill, but we did have a slight headwind, so they kind of canceled each other out. Again, I have a wide green left to right, so I'm just aiming at the dead center, hoping I get my pull bias in and get it close to the hole. And unfortunately, my pull bias was only happening with the driver today, so I faded that one out to the right. But we are on the green, so I was pleased that I was able to put that ball up on the green, even if I had a 70-foot putt ahead of me. Now, especially with long putts, I really like to count paces instead of feet. So I'll walk it off quickly. I'll also do a little bit of aim point and try to feel which way the green's going. Switching to aim point has improved my putting game dramatically. I used to suck so bad at picking a line, and now I'm pretty decent at it. So I use aim point to pick that line, figure out exactly where that putt's going, line up the line on the ball to that, and then just focus on my distance. And again, I'm not trying to figure out how hard 70 feet is. I'm more trying to figure out how long 23 to 24 paces is. It's a lot less to remember if I break it down by paces instead of feet. So that's how I like to do it. Alright, so I put the line on my ball, aiming where I want to putt it. And I've got a tough putt here again with that uphill and then the downhill. 23 paces, we've got to get it just over that ridge and then it's going to take off. And I was pretty happy with the lag of that. It looked like it might not make it. And then it caught that ridge and went down about 6 feet past the hole. Pretty content with that. 6-footers, I'm kind of 50-50 on. So this one I had a good read on it, but I didn't realize how steep the hill was, and I left it just about an inch short. Tap in, 3-putt for double bogey. 4 over after 3 holes. Don't love that. Hard to tell on this picture, but this is another hugely downhill hole. My drives have been pulling a little bit, so I aim a little bit off of the right edge of the fairway on this hole. Trusting that pattern, and this time I end up hitting it pretty straight. I still had a bit of a pull on it, but not a whole lot. Luckily, those pine trees did not get in my way, and I'm going to have an open view for my approach shot. So you take a look here, I'm about 98 yards from the flag, and the flag's in the middle of the green, so this is the time when I say, okay, I have a better chance of hitting it close and going for birdie instead of just trying to hit pars, which of course I didn't do today, but normally I get a decent amount of pars in my round. So I'm going middle of the green here, hit a good clean shot, straight at it, really happy with that. I step up to the putt and it looks like we got about 4 paces, which would be a 12-foot putt. So finally got a birdie chance here. Just overread the break a little bit. But I'm never going to be sad about a tap-in par. Okay, next hole, we're on number 5, still 4 over. Again, we're aiming off to the right just a little bit, even though there's some hazard over there. I've been pulling most stuff left for the most part, and I can actually clear that hazard. It's about 230 to carry that, so I was fairly confident that I was going to take it over that, even if I didn't get the pull. I got a bit of a pull, but it came with a bit of a fade, but that line's going to be just fine. And bounce up into the middle of the fairway right around the 150 marker. You might have noticed I'm playing the tips today. I do that not because I'm good at golf, but because I'm an idiot. Definitely not skilled enough to do it, but I enjoy it anyway. Okay, I've got about 145 yards left of the hole here. Very steep uphill, so I played my 160 club. I thought I was going to be just right. I struck this ball and it was going straight at the flag, but 15 extra yards was not enough. I still leave this short. And unfortunately, once again, finding myself with a 40-yard sand shot. Little demon. That's just bad course management right there. I got myself into trouble with bad decisions. I'm blaming the heat and the hike. So I got out of the sand, well short of the flag, but at least I'm on the green, so I've got a putt for par. You can see I really wailed on that putt and still left it 6 feet short. This was an intensely steep green. Second putt, I got about 6 feet going in, and of course I'm going to miss that one too. Let's just add another 3-putt to the resume, shall we? Okay, on to a par 3 here, hole 6. And since my irons today have been kind of straight or fadey, I'm going to aim right at the green, and I'm just going to pull this one left into those stupid trees. Was able to find the ball, but it was an unplayable lie, so I had to take a penalty stroke and a drop. Left myself with this 50-yarder to the flag, and I left this one about 4 paces short. And it was another roller coaster putt, which I thought I had the lie good, but it kind of ran past a little bit. And of course, I'm going to miss the putt. Yeah, more 3 putts. Let's go. And since I'm frustrated about back-to-back 3 putts, let's forget about the pull bias that our driver has today and aim kind of left side of the fairway, pull it left into the weeds. I was lucky enough to find this one just barely in bounds and hit a low punchy shot out of there. Thought it was in the weeds again, but it actually rolled up into the rough, so I was relieved by that. 2 bad shots. All right, shot number 3. Also a bad shot. That club usually goes 180 for me, and it went about 90 yards. Okay, I've got a wedge into the green. All right, so 3 bad shots in a row and then a good wedge, and I still have a putt for par. That's why I like par 5s. Now it's a demon putt, big side banker, left to right, really long putt. Let's see how we do. I've been overreading the breaks all day today, but this one I actually underread just a hair, but I had a nice tap in for bogey. Now I did not record the tee shot on the next par 3 because I forgot that the camera was on 3x zoom, and so it did not pick me up when I filmed the tee shot. But I had a great chip up onto the green and only 3 feet left for par. I'm thinking, great, I'm finally going to get another par. Nah, let's leave it short. Another steep uphill green. Tap in for bogey. 11 over after 8. It's just not a good day. All right, I remembered my pull bias, aimed right, and I loved the line I hit. I thought I was going to be in great shape. However, just the golf gods were not with me today. I hit the top lip of that bunker and rolled back into it. Another 50-yard sand shot. And of course, I just chunky monkey it out of there. So I'm going to step up to that ball, see if I can get it on the green, save par. Nope, another chunky shot. Rushed my swing. I was frustrated about that sand shot. Well, guys, tell your buddies about the channel. We're just a bunch of slightly better than average golfers trying to work our way into the single-digit handicaps and eventually towards scratch golf. I'm going to be posting more rounds on here, and I'm also going to be posting a lot of drills and practice that have really helped me make leaps and bounds in my game. So stay tuned for more.